Hello once again, guys. It's DikaiosOne here. Going to be bringing you game number 8 now of my Quest for Platinum series. I haven't really been playing for a while, so I'm a little rusty-ish. It's been a pretty busy week with school and all that, and I'm sure you guys know how it goes. All right, let's introduce the players. Up here in the top section of the map, this is... Oh, by the way, the map is Metalopolis. In case some of you don't know this, it is Metalopolis. And I'm going to be playing against the red Protoss known as Joe. Just Joe. Just your average Joe. Seeing as he's in Gold League, he is probably pretty average. That's what I would think anyways. And over here in the right side, we have none other than the Blue Zerg DikaiosOne, myself, as always. And I already introduced the map, Metalopolis. It's pretty decent. It's been the map pool. I think it's one of the longest. No, sorry, not the longest maps, but I'm pretty sure this map has been in the 1v1 map pool the longest. I mean, I've been playing on it for as long as I can remember. It's a good map. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It works. It's played in tournaments, usually like for GSL tournaments and things. There's a supply depot right here, so Terran players can't bunker off your ramp, especially against a Zerg player, which is really just annoying to deal with. I mean, and before, back in the day, you used to be able to use, I think it was like 2 pylons to block off a ramp, and so Protoss players would rush over to your base early on, throw down 2 pylons at the bottom of your ramp, so the Zerg player couldn't get out and expand, and meanwhile they were expanding, having a good time, saying ha 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 ha. And it was crazy. And not fun whatsoever. This game, though, on the other hand, it's a pretty good game, I think. I get like 4-gated. I'm not going to spoil it or anything, but I get 4-gated, and I kind of defend it, and then do some cool maneuver using the map to my advantage. You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's a good game. I think I played well enough for not having played in a while. And sorry if my dog is bothering you. He is kind of barking. I don't know if you'll be able to hear him. He's being very loud. But production tab. Definitely forgot that. Sorry. Yep, so nothing out of the ordinary. The Cybernetics score is just getting down now. You're going to be able to see that getting Chrono boosted out very shortly. There we go, with Warp Gate Tech on the way. And seeing as he did not go for a fast expansion, and he only has the 1 geyser working right now, you can pretty much guarantee the fact that you're getting 4-gated. And that's why I brought my Overlord in here, because if we look at the site here, I can see that it only has the 1 geyser, just has the Cybernetics core down, and it's pumping out Warp Gate. So I know immediately I can knock off things like Immortals and Stargate play right off the start. And seeing as he is starting from inside his base, he isn't going for a Forge Fast, so I can't successfully grab that 3rd expansion, so I'm going to have to stick with my natural here. I do my Queen down in the field here. He's going to be throwing up a Proxy Pylon, which I did not scout. Very bad of me. I should have scouted that. Especially if you got these Zerglings. The great thing about Zerglings is they're nice and fast, so there's really no need for you to waste your time and have them sitting around at the front. He did pick off my Overlord here at the beginning, but that's alright. He's got just about to complete 1 gateway and starting another 2. So yeah, it's very obvious and apparent that he is in fact going for that 4-gate, chronoing out that Warp Gate technology as fast as humanly or Protossly possible. Because frankly, with a 4-gate without Warp Tech is kind of like going Mass Marine without reactors on your barracks, if they're called reactors. I don't know. I don't play Terran, but you understand my point. It's not good. It's like getting going Mass Ling without the Speedling upgrade. Useless. I'm just now getting my 2nd gas here because I do have my Roach Warren down, and I would like to be getting some. I am going to need gas for my roaches. I got some Zerglings coming up here, just checking out the front of his base. And you notice he has a lot of Zealots out at this point. So when I bring my Zerglings up here, any second now, there we go. I do see all those Zealots. And of course, Zealots are a really good hard counter to Zerglings, so instantly I was like, oh shit, and well, I don't know, don't ask me why, but I should be producing roaches and not 2 evolution chambers. Now, I read this fine, but the problem is I didn't react to it well. And he does have, of course, the proxy pylon. And with these overlords just kind of chilling there, you could very easily take one of them and just put one of them near the gold, checking for proxy pylons, things like that. Both of these, I should have actually canceled those because they're not going to get much use with this army in my base. These 2 roaches are doing absolutely nothing. I do have 3 up here, though. And this expansion is gone. So you can see how, I mean, if I had got some roaches and maybe some spine collars instead of the evolution chambers, I probably could have been able to hold that off easier and better. But as you can see, I clearly didn't do that, and he's just having a field day in my expansion here. But luckily for me, he's not actually warping in more units. He thinks to himself, oh, I've got this game in the bag. All you got is a few little roaches. Your expansion's done. And I'm like, well, yeah, my expansion's done, but I have another 6 roaches on the field and Zerglings, which will be so good for clearing up this army. He's just running. He's like, oh, not dealing with that. But I am supply blocked like crazy, so that he did a very good job at supply blocking me there. He probably would have been able to do quite a bit better if his macro was a little bit better. He is a little bit high. As so am I, though. I mean, so am I. But then again, I am greatly oversaturated in my main. I'm kind of reluctant to use my inject larva there because I don't want all that larva there doing absolutely nothing. Which is why you can see I threw down 1 or 2 creep tumors earlier. And I'm just, so yes, here goes. I should have canceled that research because, I mean, with an Evo chamber that low of health and small of an army, there's no way I could actually really effectively do anything with that. So I definitely should have canceled that upgrade, got my minerals and my gas back, and just basically macroed up. I am getting a pretty decent force here, so is he though. Neither of us have any upgrades at this moment. He is now going for his expansion. I'm basically at about the same time, or my expansion is but just about at the same time as his is at the moment. But I, of course, well, we're both greatly oversaturated in our mains. As you can see here, I have my macro hatchery down in my base because, I mean, right now I just don't have the larva at this point in time to be producing off of the saturation I have in this base, which is why I got that hatchery down. Both the Evo chambers are producing upgrades. I have 10 Zerglings and a queen on the way. Meanwhile, he's just somewhat probing up with at the same time getting 1 upgrade. I definitely would have more probes queued. I'd be having this this Nexus coming down here just to saturate the crap out of that new base. And he did warp in a bunch more zealots here, so he's reinforcing this army right here, which is the great advantage of having that proxy pylon. But of course, I do have my natural being saturated. I'm saturating my natural quite well. I got 4 drones on the way, 3 roaches, another queen as well for my macro hatch, because it's very important to have at least the very minimum of 1 queen per hatchery. And you can see I have 1, 2, and 3rd one is on the way. He's still probing up, getting some more zealots here at the pylon. He is now producing his robotics core, or robotics facility, sorry, my apologies. But he pulled out. I guess he figured he couldn't break down my front door, which frankly I don't really know if he could or not. My upgrades are almost done, so if I could delay, I would certainly be able to hold off this army with no problem whatsoever. There you go, the robotics facility is down and ready to go. I am starting my layer tech right now, right about the 13-minute mark, which is extremely late. But with the harassment at the beginning of the game, I was forced to delay that by quite a bit. 12 Zerglings on the way, as well as my 1-1 upgrades are just about complete here. I should be starting 2-2 any minute, or any second now. He does have a Twilight Council on the way, so we will be getting those Blink Stalkers, which of course are very good against... Yeah, there it is there. Blink Stalkers are very good against most things the Zerg player has, except of course Infestors. Now I am moving out with my army here. I'm just checking the tower to make sure there's no crazy third base at the gold or something like that. But I do check for the third up here at this, I don't know, third position, I guess. And I see he doesn't have a third base, which is kind of like a sigh of relief for me, not seeing that third base. I am getting very saturated in my natural here. Right now I'm just basically building up a bit of an army. He's got that observer in my base. I got my 2-2, or at least my ground like armor upgrade on the way. Carapace. Let's see that. Yeah, ground carapace. Now he does have his level 2 weapons and level 1 ground armor, plus zealot charge and an immortal on the way. So he is getting some crazy upgrades, plus blink. Nope, sorry, not blink. Zealot charge. My bad. I don't know if I would agree with that, considering the amount of stalkers he has versus the amount of zealots. I would personally certainly grab the blink instead of charge. That's alright. And you can see here I coming in. I've got coming in from both directions. I'm getting just an amazing surround with my Zerglings. Zerglings are just taking so much of that damage, keeping those zealots occupied. And I really hit a really sweet timing right here. Before that charge was done, before that level 2 weapons was done, I am +1/+1, almost +2/+2. He is warping in more zealots on the side here, but I don't think those will be able to do basically anything to my roach army. Again, he doesn't have blink, so he can't use any blink micro to get his units back. I am going to chase down those 2 stalkers. My roaches are going to very easily be able to take out this expansion. I have a bunch more roaches running down the field. Of course, I do have my roach speed upgrade complete, and down goes the expansion. So there you have it. It's a bit of a comeback. It looked pretty bleak at the beginning of that game, I must say. I was very discouraged. I was like, oh god, you know, I was scared. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had crazy saturation, but I do throw in my third right here, and building a lot. 46 more Zerglings to come in and help for the fight. He's just warping in everything he possibly can. He's just able to mind out in his main here. My roaches are going to take down that cybernetics core and just bust right through the center of his base, doing all sorts of damage. But he is +2/+2. But I do have my +2 armor right now, my +1 weapons. These roaches need to get up the ramp right now. I do have my hive tech on the way, and of course the third. I'm starting to get more gases right now. He's morphing in more units. Those zealots are going to get a great surround on those roaches, but the Zerglings are now streaming into his base. And here we go. This is basically going to be GG. There's really nothing he can do against Zerglings with 2 armor. I mean, he did a really phenomenal job, but it just wasn't enough. And there he goes. He leaves the game. I guess his keyboard broke, as Day 9 would say. And that was quite the comeback. If you look at my production here, I am producing things. I do have a ridiculous amount of minerals. And, I mean, I could very, very easily reduce that by simply throwing down spine crawlers, which is something that I was watching Stefano do. And that guy is my hero. And, yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. And remember, send your replays to DikaiosOne@hotmail.com. Make sure they are less than 20 minutes in game time. So I don't know if you can see right here, but it's 18:45. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good time in my opinion. Plus, you can see the length of the video at the bottom there. But that's just so that should give you a bit of an idea of how long I want the videos. All right, see you guys later.